So in this video we are going to make a tutorial for chapter 3. Uh, it will be more on explanation, I think, because in chapter 3 it's a bunch of communications and how this communication works on a network. So let's start. So there are rules of communication that we have in our daily lives and when we are talking to someone and when they are talking to them. So on the network, the device also communicate to other device. There's always a connectivity so that the two devices can exchange data and information and as well as to interact with each other. So and this chapter we are more on the there's a lot of protocols that there's a lot of protocols that will help the communication much way understandable so that if we understand those protocols we are able to understand how does the communication works on a network. So on the to for us to fully understand we should know first what are the reference models. So there are two reference model, the OSI reference model and the TCP/IP protocol model. So these two models are almost the same, but there's a difference. So this layer, what what does this layer do is the ev- from application layer, it encapsulate all it encapsulate the data from application layer up to the physical layer. So what I mean is every layer that the data will pass through, it will be encapsulated. And for example, if from application layer it will go to the transport layer, so it will become a segment, and the segment will become packets, and the packets will become frame, and the frame will become bits that flow to the physical media. So that is how that is how a what do you call this, the that is how a what do you call this the communication flows. So let's try to open some activity on the packet tracer. So where is it on the documents? It's files. Then it's on chapter 3 packet tracer. Then here on this packet tracer, we it's more on the we're just investigating flow what are the flow of the communication. So we're going to simulate and select wait real time. So we're going to simulate, then edit filters, then we're going to check HTTP, then um, then we're going to copy this on the web client, then on desktop web browser, then let's paste it here, then just simply type go. And so as we can see, there's not happening because we are simulating. We are understanding how does the communication works on between web client and web server. So let's try to capture forward. And as we can see, it's an HTTP. Then it will send to the server. Server will send back to the client, and that's all. That's how the communication works. So if the web client sends to web server, the web server also sends to the client back that, and the web client sends another, then the web server will receive it, and the server will forward what are the things that this web client needs. So as you can see, you have successfully accessed to the home page of web server. So that's how simply the communication on, excuse me, on the what you call it, two devices. As we can see here, we can see the layers. This is layer by layer. So, and here it's like more detailed. And let's see what we got here. So as we can see here, on web client, we use the application because we send an URL to the web server that the web server will respond and will give us a reply. So this is the port that needed to deliver the message. Then this is the IP address. Then this is the MAC address of the web server. The source MAC address and also the destination MAC address. So on the second one, it's on the port. Then it is delivered. It is sent to web client. So as we can see, there are two. This is the out layer where the sending happens. This is the in layer it which receive. So of ports then on the web. This also the same. So that's how the communication works on what do you call this, on a network. So what data transfer? So the data encapsulation is what I've said before. The data will become segment at the transport layer, and on the call this on the internet layer, it will become a packet. Then on the data link, it will become frame, and on the physical, it will become a call it a bit. Okay, then I think that's all for chapter 3 tutorial, and I hope you learned something from me, and I hope you understand something, and thank you for watching.